Peace stars, what's up? This your boy Eru, Diehard Eru of the Diehard Marvel channel, man. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna be doing a kind of spoiler-free, kind of plot-free review of the first 5 episodes of She-Hulk on Disney Plus, man. So listen, I love this show, but I freaking hate it so much, man. So listen, you're gonna hear from the Diehard's mouth, Diehard Eru. Let's just get right into it, man. So listen, She-Hulk, man. She-Hulk was a great comic book. I loved it so much. I actually collected it as a child, and I collected the back issues too. My uncle used to collect comics too, so I used to love She-Hulk. So as you can see here, there's a lot of humor having to deal with her character. You can see her in her comic reading the Incredible Hulk comic. Man, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, crazy stuff going on in the background. So it was a lot of comedy, a lot of things of that nature. As we keep on going here, these were the covers, man. So the covers was probably like the best thing about the whole series. Is that look? There's their thing. Thing is one of my favorite characters too. So there was an episode with her and Thing. You can see the other colors. So they definitely was trying to play up, her physique, and just the hair and the body and basically nudity. They were subjecting her a lot, man. But that's what draw, especially a young man like myself, and enjoying comics at the time. That's what drove me to the cover. But that's not exactly what this whole thing is all about. It's really a mixture of comedy, action, and things of that nature. She used to break the fourth wall, so people credit Deadpool as the first one to do that, but it's actually She-Hulk. She was doing that back in the 80s and whenever her comic came out, and this is like a little play on. This is one of like the newer episodes, and she broke the fourth wall again, but she pulled Deadpool out there. So there's always like a running joke with that whole thing there. So I really did enjoy that when I collected it at the time, man, and that's exactly what they try to do with this show. So I mean, the show is cute and all, man, but listen, like they're trying to copy the comedy. They're trying to get you to love the character the way that people like myself loved it when it came along, man. But they're not really doing a good job with it. Because I mean, I love She-Hulk, so I'm a little bit biased, man. So I get it. Like this is another a picture of her breaking the fourth wall. This was all funny gags and stuff there, but it was really great to read in the comics. But it doesn't really translate as much, and they're not really doing a good job of it in this Disney Plus series, man. It's like it's really corny actually, and like I want to say really like almost boring. It's at times, man. But just to put like some more positive on her name there, She-Hulk is very heroic, man. Out of all these women here, she's definitely like probably like top 5 female superheroes, or maybe even top 3, because she's been in a lot of major storylines and stuff like that throughout the history of Marvel, throughout the history of her character. She's been a big part of everything, man. And she's, as I click through here, this is also one of the most craziest moments in all of Marvel history when She-Hulk in the comics ripped Vision straight in half. So this is just like projected for something that might happen along the line. After the series is over and stuff like that. So I think one thing about what they're trying to do with this channel, with this TV show, is they're trying to like build her personality up in many different ways. So I get it. They did the same thing in Miss Marvel. I will do a Miss Marvel recap just so you can give you my opinion on that show. But they're really trying to build up the story around her, just her personality and stuff like that. But it's really not translating, man. It's a character that can't miss. So a lot of people watch the show and they just enjoy it because of what it could be in the future, and just for all the cameos that they said were supposed to come into the show, which we'll get into in a second, man. As we keep scrolling along here, this is also another picture of that. It was very gruesome. You can see she ripped him right in half, and he was on the floor. It was crazy. That was in the House of M storyline where Wanda went crazy. Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, she went crazy, lost her mind, and entered into the whole House of M situation. It was crazy. It was the Avengers disassembled storyline that lead it right into the House of M. So they kind of did that in the Doctor Strange uh you know horror film that they did that was also kind of corny. But it is what it is. I mean, it's not real, but we love these characters so much, and Marvel is doing a great job. Trying to do their best to portray these stories. For the rest of us for 2022. Anyway, let's get into the Disney Plus channel here. So anyway, this is She-Hulk's. I think it's cute. The CGI for her character is horrible though, man. And also I don't like the way she looks. They made her very slim. They try to make her like modern athletic, I guess they tried to go for, which doesn't really translate, really well for this character here in 2022, man. I wish they would have made her a little bit more shapely, a little bit more voluptuous, same way like the comic book, to get people to watch, because that's why we bought the comic. Like I said, as a kid, we looked at the covers and that was the thing. But I mean, when you look at this, you're not really getting too excited about it. And during the show too, they do a couple like risque things and stuff. But what's also an embarrassment with this whole thing is the court drama, the lawyer stuff. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, to have the courts in there and make it a court show. Even in the beginning, her first couple lines say, "Okay, this is a court show," blah blah. But every time so far that they've done court things, it's been very, very like unbelievable, totally unrealistic for a comic book. At least if you're gonna do something having to do with real laws and real situations, at least make it a little bit believable, man. So, I mean, a lot of the things that's happened in this thing is so unbelievable. Like, shout out to the Abomination and Wong. I am not talking about them because it's so ridiculous that they're even in the show. And just the scenarios that was happening with the Abomination and Wong don't make any sense. It don't make any sense, man. So we're just gonna keep on moving here, man. One thing that I thought was dope though was the first episode, of course, showing how she got her powers and stuff like that, her interactions with the Hulk, and then also gave us a little Easter egg to something that might be going on in the future with the Hulk character. So that was great. So I think that's what this show is really about. It's really like it's kind of like a capsule show. It's going to lead us into different, branch off into different storylines and stuff. So anyway, I appreciate that about the show. But after that first episode, I don't know how I made it to the fifth episode because it's like there's been a bunch of nonsense that I mean it's not even juvenile because I keep bringing up Miss Marvel, but Miss Marvel there was kind of a lot of juvenile stuff. There's a lot of things that didn't make sense in that thing too. But at least I love a lot of parts of that show. Anyway, let's just keep it moving here with the She-Hulk talk here. So this is more lawyer stuff. You can see her in the background. It's really just a joke. Like the way that she looks, like I said, it just doesn't. To me, it's not She-Hulk, man. It's not She-Hulk. It's something else. But I dig it. I could dig it. I can get past it. I love the character so much. And like I said, between now and between when they do the movies and the Avengers series, especially down the line with Secret Wars and everything else they're gonna do with the Marvel series, I think they'll definitely change it as time goes on, especially when the budget goes up and they'll be able to really clean up for CGI and stuff like that. So let's keep it moving here. One thing that's dope that I will say, because I am going to mention the other character that's been a big part of the show, is Titania. Now, in the comics, Titania is a big part of Shield. It's basically her one-on-one rival. But in this show, they didn't make her necessarily a one-on-one rival. They made Titania an influencer. So she got superpowers. We don't know how she got her superpowers yet, but she's wearing green. And they keep referencing a lot of little things. She has green nails and stuff like that. So it's going to reference something to the future that we'll talk about in a second. But I mean, it made her an influencer, which kind of ties into 2022. And I think that was kind of funny, and that's kind of like believable and like kind of creative, just to bring things up to what's going on in the times. That's totally believable that she would be an influencer. So that's kind of dope. So anyway, just to give a little backstory, Titania is actually created by Doctor Doom. So that's why it makes so much craziness. And then the Easter egg with that is with the fingernails and the clothing is just letting you know that they are, kind of poking at you as a fan that they're gonna start talking about Doctor Doom with this whole thing. So anyway, on the picture that you see there on the right, I believe her name is Volcana on the left, and then on the right hand side, the small young lady there turns into Titania. So here's an updated picture in the same issue of this episode here, this comic book. You see Volcano on the left, and you see Titania on the right. So anyway, both characters end up being like big rivals to She-Hulk. Mostly Titania, like I said, because they had like one-on-one rivals, and her strength and everything like that kind of rivals She-Hulk. They didn't really show her strength so much in the series in Titania in the series, but I mean, we'll see what happens as time goes on. Man, like I said, the show is rather silly when it comes to those type of things. So anyway, like I said, it's gonna lead us to the Doctor Doom. So, like I said, those fingernails for those that seen the picture and her outfits always keep suggesting those type of things, man. So I mean, Doctor Doom was a big deal, and I really hope that like they kind of like I don't know, I don't want to reveal per se in this series, but it would be nice if they can give us like a hardcore Easter egg that really shows that we're here, that Doctor Doom is here. We'll probably see him very shortly. So I mean, it is a really big deal because Doctor Doom is probably the most hardcore villain, in all of Marvel, man. Talking about like cosmic people and stuff like that. That's one thing. But as far as Earthbound bad guys, Doctor Doom is the one. He is the man. He is the man. And I can't wait to see him on screen. And I really hope that this is what it's leading down to with the series here, She-Hulk. So anyway, there's a couple other Easter eggs too. These guys up here, which is like my favorite bad guy crew because I really like Thor as well. And all these guys, this is the Wrecking Crew, by the way. This is the Wrecking Crew from Marvel. All of their powers, they get their powers from Asgardian magic. So this crowbar is basically like powered similarly to say Milner. and the hammer, the mace hammer, all their powers is kind of like powered by Norse magic or like whatever you want to call that. So I'm not going to show you what they look like in the show. You're going to have to look at it on your own. Like I said, this is kind of like spoiler ish, kind of stuff. I'm not really going to give you plot points or show you so many pictures about what's going on with the show. Some things you got to see for yourself. And I don't know if you're going to shake your head or enjoy it or don't care. That's up to you. So let's keep it moving here. So this is the Wrecking Crew actually fighting Thor. So they're powerful like that. So once you see them in the show, it kind of disappoints you. But they allude to being led by a third party. So they have yet to reveal who that person is. So we'll probably see soon. And just leading into that, Daredevil is supposed to pop up. So this is the only reason why I'm watching this show to finish it off. And there's three more episodes. With not even three. This was episode 5. There's supposed to be 6, 7, 8, 9. There's supposed to be 4 more episodes left in the show. So I mean, I hope that the story starts to pick up. I hope that the action starts to pick up. And whatever they're trying to do with this, I hope it starts to pick up because I'm only here for these two guys, for Doctor Doom and Daredevil. And right off the bat here, next picture, on the right hand side of the screen here, this is the actual costume that they're going to be going with in the new She-Hulk series. He's supposed to appear in the next episode. So the picture on the left is the actual original Daredevil suit. So for fans that love Daredevil and stuff like that, that is exactly what we're looking for when it comes to that, man. So anyway, Daredevil's a bad dude, and also too, if you do a little googling, guys, you'll see Daredevil actually fighting Doctor Doom. There was a big story and stuff like that. The man without fear, that's Daredevil. He wasn't scared to fight Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom wiped the floor with him, but throughout the course of that story, man, you look for it and see if you can find it online or something like that, and take a look at that story. It was an interesting story, but this is all we're here for with this whole She-Hulk thing. I really hope that they fix what's going on. They're gonna have her in the iconic white and purple suit, and I just hope that they clean this thing up. Because I love Marvel. Like I said, this is a die-hard Marvel channel. I love comic books. I love this whole story. I love She-Hulk with all my heart. But I hate this show, man. I want it to be better, man. So anyway, it's your boy Diehard Eru, host of the Diehard Marvel Show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button and all the things you need to do. And also hit me in the comments and let me know what you think about the show. So we're gonna keep this moving, man. I'll see you guys next time. Eru out. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb. Salute to all my diehards out there, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.